Hello and welcome to our 2021 annual gala supporting JJ's Legacy. I'm Kelly Russell, your fundraising host for the evening. We are so excited to have you here tonight as we travel through time, past, present, and future. The mission of JJ's Legacy is to honor Jeffrey Johns by educating Kern County residents on the value and importance of organ, eye, and tissue donation by increasing the number of registered donors and by providing compassionate support to donor and recipient families. Our goal is to raise awareness, educate, and raise funds for all of JJ's Legacy programs, which you'll learn all about tonight. Tonight would not be possible without the generosity of our presenting sponsors who give to support this work in the Kern County community. Many thanks goes out to Adventist Health, Don C. and Diane S. Lake, and Mary Trishell. Thank you so much. We want to make sure that you are set up to participate in tonight's event, and to do that, we recommend having 2 screens set up at your home. 1 screen to watch our live viewing, as you're doing right now, and a second screen to participate in the online auction and to donate. Now, I prefer to use a phone or tablet to bid in the auction while watching the broadcast on a laptop or television. Let's get everyone registered to donate and to bid. To register, go to jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid. That's jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid. Then follow the instructions on the screen and get registered. Take the time to register now and get ready to enjoy our amazing program tonight. And if you have any trouble registering to bid and give, you can call our donor support line at 503-967-7489, and we'd be happy to help you get set up. Let's get into our program for tonight. I'll turn it over to our host for the evening, Larry Starr.
What do you got here? The tip of the tongue, the lips and the teeth. The tip of the tongue, the lips and the teeth. The tip of the tongue, the lips and the teeth. Oh my, that's how we turn this on. Here we go. I think that's it. Okay. It's always a pleasure to see the Bakersfield pageant title holders. Every year they attend the gala, and their support means the world to JJ's Legacy. Everyone knows that life is a journey. And for JJ's Legacy, the gala has always been a compass to guide the way. Now let's go on a journey together as we travel through time to share how JJ's Legacy began, where they are now, and what the future holds. Here we go. It all started so suddenly, so unexpected. And as many stories go, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Or does it? This story has all the classic elements: tragedy, a mother's love, an act of kindness. But before we get to that, we need to go back even further to the story of who this young man was.
You always had a nickname throughout if you were playing sports. You know, it was something that's either it was your middle name or your last name or your initials or something, you know, and it was Jeff Johns, so it was JJ.
I think the JJ really stuck well with him. I mean, it's who he was. Double J. I remember meeting him. I wasn't supposed to go to Garces. I was supposed to go to another school that we won't mention, and kind of had weird feelings about it because I didn't, know if I'd know anybody. But I knew Jeff was up there, and right when I showed up, he took me in.
And the moment I met him was one of a kind, man. He was my quarterback, you know, and I was his lineman.
He was kind of our leader, not kind of, he was our leader, to the point where, you came game time and you looked up to somebody for focus and, and to not be afraid of anything, and you could see it in his eyes. And he, portrayed that on us. Hey, we're gonna go out here, we're gonna play our best, we're gonna have a great time, and don't worry, I got you guys.
It was crazy though. It wasn't just about football. He had movie nights. He'd invite me over like on Wednesday. Hey, you want to get some popcorn, have movie night with the girls? I'm like, what the heck? It wasn't just about football. This is always about family.
Yeah.
You think about him almost every day. Something comes on every day.
Yeah.
A music song or some video you watched. Or
He's still there.
some movie you watched.
Yeah. We have so many memories that, there's so many things that just trigger that he lets you know that he's still there.
Like the Bengals. I watched the Bengals, and because he was a Bengals fan. Who was a Bengals fan?
No.
No one was. It's almost harder now that we have kids. We all have kids, and we have our kids growing up together. We're like, that would be the next chapter. Would have been amazing.
And I think about it all the time. It's kind of like, what would Jeff do? The hardest thing with losing Jeff at that time was we were invisible in our eyes. We were a pack of friends that we were going to buy houses together, have kids together, get married together. There was these things that we all thought were going to happen, and that gets taken from you. It's definitely a piece of your heart that you lose. Him passing and his legacy is greater than something that any of us can imagine.
Here we are 10 years later, 11 years later.
I could
learning from him.
and I could be selfish and say that I would rather have my friend back, but at the same time, the impact that he's had on hundreds of people's lives, especially strangers that I've never met, is greater than me, and it's greater than him.
And now that you've had a small glimpse of who JJ was, let's look at how this all began.
I'll never forget going through the big metal doors at Kern Medical and walking down that long hall and walking into that trauma center, and there he was. He looked totally normal, but all these machines and all these different things on him, but he looked normal. And I said, oh, he's going to be fine. And they said, maybe, so they weren't telling us right at the beginning. But then as time progressed, we did find out that he was brain dead. And then after that, we did find out that he could be an organ donor. So why wouldn't you? And he was 27 years old, and he had so much life in him, and all of his friends were there at the hospital, which was very comforting. It was about now late in the afternoon on that Sunday, March 1st, and I walked out of the hospital, and my sister said, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, God's in charge. And I said to her at that time, I really want to do something with this. So that's a lot to take in one afternoon. They've passed away, they could be an organ donor, and they can save lives. And if you're not familiar with what they're talking about, the statistics say you're going to say no. You think about what your loved one left behind, and it gives you a lot of comfort. And there's a lot of people that don't have that comfort. And it's really comforting to know that they're still living, because they are. And you've saved somebody's life. And so that really is where my inspiration came from, was right then and there, to know that when you're asked all these questions, and I want people to know, so they don't have to make that decision for their loved one, that their loved one made that decision, and they know that they're doing the right thing. So that's why I'm educating our community. Check yes at the DMV, check yes at JJ's Legacy. Just register to be an organ donor, because it's very rare and unique to even be one.
Close your eyes and imagine yourself in this moment. A heartbeat, the very sign of life. A life that can continue through an act of kindness. The greatest gift, a second chance.
Hi, are you Lori?
For him to have come into our home and to hug us, and he didn't want to let go.
I'm sure you made the difference in a lot of lives, but you saved mine.
You feel like they're a part of you. I'm so thankful that they have a healthy life and that they have part of my son in their life.
Good evening, I'm Mark Allen. This is my daughter Katie Allen, and as a family we believe in the importance of registering to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. We've been supporters of JJ's Legacy since its inception, and I was actually at the hospital the night of the accident when the parents had to say yes to donate. I knew Jeff, and he was a great person, and it was just the right thing to do. Go to the DMV and register to be a donor.
Mission Bank proudly supports JJ's Legacy. I'm AJ Antongiovanni, President and CEO. Jeff was my friend, teammate, and business partner. Mission Bank promotes organ tissue donation and partners with JJ's Legacy to honor Jeff as he gave the gift of life.
Hi, I'm Tim Sullivan of Sully's Chevron. The first JJ's Legacy event I attended, I was unaware of what it meant to become an organ donor. I watched all the presentations and I was so moved I immediately went online to become an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Please join me in becoming an organ, eye, and tissue donor at jjslegacy.org.
I'm Heather Van Heusen, the Patient Care Executive for Adventist Health in Kern County. We are honored to partner with JJ's Legacy because their efforts highlight the generous individuals and their families who have saved and enhanced lives by becoming organ, eye, and tissue donors. Our physicians and nurses play a crucial role in those heart-wrenching decisions, and I cannot say enough how proud I am of their sacred work.
Thank you so much to Andy, Brian, and Brady for sharing your incredible friendship with JJ. And thank you to Lori for sharing your powerful story of how this important organization began. Friends, this is why we're here tonight. Now is your opportunity to help keep JJ's Legacy doing its great work supporting this community. With your financial gifts and partnerships, we can continue to change lives. We welcome gifts at all levels at any time, so when you feel compelled to make a gift, please click the Donate Now button at jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid. We'd like to welcome gifts at the $5,000 level. If you can make a gift of $5,000, please click the $5,000 button at this time. And friends, the gifts, they're already rolling in. I love to see support like this. We want to give a big thank you to the Worcester Foundation for their gift of $5,000. Carla and Jeff Smith say, absolutely, you can count on us at $5,000. And Chris Hayden also says, yes, yes, I'm in for $5,000. Thank you so much. And oh my goodness, friends, we have an incredible surprise donation. Many thanks to Don C. and Diane S. Lake. The Lake family are making a generous gift of $10,000 tonight. Friends, if you'd like to join in with a gift of $5,000, I want to share a little bit about how $5,000 could impact our community. $5,000 can provide financial assistance and medical grants to families throughout the year, families who are waiting for a transplant or for those who've already had a life-saving transplant. So if you can make a gift of $5,000, won't you please join us and make a gift to JJ's Legacy tonight at our $5,000 level. Thank you all for your leadership gifts kicking us off tonight. And remember, at any time tonight, at any time, whenever you choose, you can make a gift. All you have to do is click the Donate Now button on your screen and give a gift in any amount that's meaningful to you. Let's continue our journey through JJ's Legacy's past. Take it away, Larry.
Yeah, I remember this story. It's about the type of love everyone longs to have. It's the selfless kind of love. Reminds us of how Lori loved her son, JJ, and how JJ's legacy began so many years ago.
I gave my wife my super kidney, as we like to call it.
We were waiting for our son to be born. I'll never forget the nurse running out of the room. She did a urine dip and just ran out. The pregnancy put a lot of stress on my body and knocked a kidney disease that I'd had my whole life that had gone undetected into another planet, basically. It was just too much work on my body. Then fast forward 15 years later to 2012, and I started getting infections and little things happening that just chipped away at my kidney function until all of a sudden in 2015 I was in the hospital with sepsis. Was fine after that, and then went in for the follow-up to find out that I was in complete kidney failure, and went that day to the hospital, had a port put in my chest, and started dialysis the next day. And people don't understand. They think it's like going in for a blood draw. It's not. It's not. It's 4 hours, and they take your blood out, cleans the blood, it goes back in. It's very uncomfortable. The needles they use are the sizes of nails that you would hang a picture on your wall, and they're painful going in and they're painful going out.
It's so easy to give a organ, as I found out. When we went to Cedars to go through the whole process of getting the match and seeing if I would work or not, and they said it would be 10 to 13 years until she got a match. I'm like, she doesn't have 10 to 13 years. Fast-tracked it right away. We wanted to make sure that she wasn't on dialysis for more than a year, because once you're on more than a year, then things can become an issue with the transplant. The best thing was seeing her wake up after surgery and just how glowing she was. That was the best thing ever. It's like she'd just gotten off a 2-week cruise or whatever. Her color in her face and everything. You just don't realize that after all those times, and just seeing her that way was just amazing.
If he had not given me his kidney, I'd be on year 6 of dialysis, since it was going to be a 10 to 13 year wait. I'm reminded every day I have a fistula because I had hemodialysis, and I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's those are veins. That's not like anything artificial. That's my vein. I mean, it's huge because those needles are huge. And if you touch it, it's like a motor. It's hot. You can feel it. You can hear it. It sounds like a baby ultrasound. It wakes me up every night.
Wakes me up too.
It wakes him up too. But you know what? It's part of me. It reminds me every day of that year on dialysis. It reminds me of the education that's needed to our community, as well as all communities, about living donation and the need for it. And it reminds me that there are 100,000 people waiting for a kidney while I'm sitting here one of the lucky ones. And I hope it lasts 20 years. I hope it lasts 30 years. I mean, it's not going to last forever, but it's going to last a long time.
Good grief, Jeff. You gave your wife your kidney? Wow. The best thing I've given my wife was a yearly subscription to European Cheese of the Month Club. Way to make the rest of us husbands look bad. But seriously, what a wonderful example of how much humans are capable of. True love and sacrifice can create miracles. Hey, Kelly, did you know that a living donor can provide a kidney or a portion of their liver, lung, pancreas, or intestine to someone in need? And all major religions support or permit organ, eye, and tissue donation. I didn't before I read these facts, but now I do. And now, so do you.
I'm Jeff Newman from Today Cleaners. We are proud to be an original sponsor of JJ's Legacy and believe in their mission to promote and facilitate organ and tissue donation. Please join us in supporting this very important cause by giving generously. Thank you.
As a physical therapist, we know how beneficial and life-changing organ donation can be. So please, if you have not done so already, become a registered organ donor, support JJ's Legacy, and place that pink sticker on your driver's license.
Hi, I'm Michelle Oxford, President and CEO of the Bakersfield Heart Hospital, and we have been supporters of JJ's Legacy for many years. Organ and tissue donation are more important than many of us realize. Today, there are nearly 118,000 individuals waiting for an organ transplant. 90% of U.S. adults support organ donation, but only 60% are actually signed up as donors. Please join me and register as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Just go to jjslegacy.org.
Larry, I did not know you could provide a kidney or a portion of your liver, lung, pancreas, or intestines to someone in need. I am so glad we had the opportunity to learn about living donation. That's incredible. And I want to thank Rochelle and Jeff for sharing their story. You two are so sweet. Friends, we want to check in on our fundraising and see what generous gifts have come in. And wow, the gifts keep pouring in. It is clear you all support this crucial work. So thank you. I want to give a big thank you to people like Mary Trishelle. Thank you so much for your gift of $2,500. Sharon and Jack Balfons at $2,000. Thank you for your gifts. Friends, you can make a gift in any amount. If you can make a gift in any amount, I ask you to click that Donate Now button on the donation page and select the giving level that is most meaningful to you. You could be giving the gift of life tonight with your support. And while we're welcoming gifts in any amount, I do want to give a big thank you to our donors at that $2,500 level. Your gifts help to provide education, scholarships, and other resources needed to increase registration for organ, eye, and tissue donors in Kern County through our students in Got the Dot Leadership Club. And we'll learn a little bit more about Got the Dot program a little later in our program. Friends, wow, this is so great. Thank you all so much for your generosity. I also want to welcome giving at our $1,000 level. If you can make a gift of $1,000, I ask you to click that donation button and select the $1,000 donation button and make your gift. The website is jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid. Then navigate to that donate button, and I want to look at our gifts of $1,000 already coming in tonight. This is incredible, friends. Thank you so much to Wendy and John Tack giving $1,500. I like it when people just give a little bit extra. That's wonderful. Thank you. The Mark Allen family, thank you so much for your generous gift. Kathy and Stephen Hare say yes, yes, you can count on us. Thank you so much. Board member Greg Gallion and Cheryl Gallion, thank you so much for your gift of $1,000 tonight. $1,000 provides education to increase donor registration through multimedia platforms, and it can also provide 25 families a fresh food box every single month. So if you can make a gift of $1,000, please do so at this time. Cyrus Mojabi, thank you so much for your gift, and Jeff Newman Jr. each giving at our $1,000 level. Thank you so very much. Friends, again, we welcome gifts at any level at this time, but if you can make a gift of $1,000 or $2,500 or $5,000 or $10,000, please make your gifts at this time. This is such incredible generosity. I love it. Thank you. You all are amazing. I think right now it's time to check back in with Larry about where JJ's Legacy is today. Larry?
Welcome back. Let's see, where was I? I was in the past, and now we're going to look at where JJ's Legacy is today. At a very young age, both Nathan and Tanner needed organ and tissue donation. Nathan needed heart valves, and Tanner needed tissue for severe burns on his hands. Without donors, their lives would look drastically different today. JJ's Legacy loves to celebrate with donor recipients. Partnering with Build-A-Bear is one of the tangible ways they provide comfort and joy. And oh, the joy a smiling bear can bring. Let's join Tanner and Nathan on their journey.
When you're in a crisis situation of an injury of a child, the doctors are just coming out and telling you things and telling you what's happening. So I registered that they told me that he was going to be receiving donor skin, but I didn't really process what that meant. It wasn't until 2.5 years later, when I was a guest at the JJ's Legacy Gala, that I was listening to the speakers, and they were talking about tissue donation, and it registered to me that he had been a recipient of tissue donation and how important that was, because I knew it was important to bring life back to his essentially dead flesh. I didn't connect that it had come from someone else.
Nathan was born with a chronic heart defect. We were airlifted to Valley Children's Hospital when he was about 36 hours old. He was finally stable enough at 8 days to have his first open heart surgery. So it was a few hours before that we knew that he was going to need a human donation. But without people being kind enough to donate somebody who they have lost or being a living donor, we would not have our son.
I can't think of anything more magical than being able to give the gift of comfort. JJ's Legacy delivers comfort bears, like the ones we saw Tanner and Nathan making, to patients in pediatric units and burn centers in the community. Sometimes comfort and the act of kindness is the best inspiration for getting well.
Larry, I couldn't have said it better. Many thanks to Jennifer and Angela for sharing their son's stories. Wow, that is just a glimpse of how JJ's Legacy is continuing to give back to the community. Friends, you can be a part of this legacy with your support tonight. We'd like to welcome gifts at the $500 level. If you'd like to make a gift of $500, I ask you to click that donate button on the donation page at jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid and select the $500 donation to make your gift. We have so many friends who are already giving. This is exciting. I want to first say a big thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Darren and Leslie Wilson, making a gift of $1,000. Thank you so much for your gift. Friends, we have a bunch of gifts at the $500 level, and these gifts are going to be able to help support the Build-A-Bear program, which always just warms the hearts of the volunteers at JJ's Legacy to be able to give comfort to little ones who are in the local burn centers or in the local hospitals. So this is wonderful. We want to say a big thank you at our $500 level to the Lazzarini Family Foundation. Thank you for your gift. Varner's Brothers, Inc., on behalf of Lisa, thank you for that gift. Duffy Sill, thank you so much. Gary Saunders, thank you for your gift. Marilyn Fowler says yes. Bob Malkin, thank you for your gift. And Heather Van Housen, thank you all so much for your gifts of $500. Friends, you can join in by clicking that $500 donation button and making a gift tonight. And let's keep those gifts rolling in, all in support of JJ's Legacy. Let's welcome gifts at our $250 level. If you can make a gift of $250, I'm going to ask you to click that donation button and select $250 to make your wonderful contribution this evening. Remember, we invite gifts at any level at all times. So, friends, I want to tell you what $250 can do. $250 can provide compassionate support to donors and recipient families. It can also provide gas cards to 5 families for transportation assistance for transplant hospital appointments. So your gift is going so far, and we appreciate it. Let me give a big thank you to many of our donors out there at our $250 level. Thank you so much, Josh Williams, for your gift. Board member Dr. Namishi Amen, thank you for your gift. We have board member Melissa Frank making a gift. Thank you so much at $250. Jose Rivas, thank you for your gift of $250. Paul Anspach, thank you for your gift. Chad Garon, thank you. Emily and Justin Salters, thank you for your gift. This is amazing. Colin Myers, thank you for your gift. This is outstanding. Thank you all. You are wonderful. You're so kind. You are so generous. And we appreciate your generosity tonight. Friends, I see more gifts coming in. It looks like we have another $1,000 gift from Brad Antonio Nini. I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong. I apologize. And also, Mr. Edward Washington is making a gift of $1,500. Thank you both to Mr. Edward Washington and to Brad. We appreciate your generosity and support this evening. And now, let's hear from some of our incredible sponsors.
On behalf of over 200 essential workers here at Three-Way Chevrolet, we urge Kern County to support JJ's legacy once again this year. The donation of eye, tissue, and organs is vital to our community.
We are very proud to support JJ's legacy. This cause is very special to me personally. I of course have a pink dot on my license, and also Jeff Johns was a friend of mine from elementary school. I hope you too will register to be an organ and tissue donor.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate JJ's legacy. Mechanics Bank has proudly been a sponsor of JJ's legacy since their inception. You can make a difference by donating. All funds raised stay here in Kern County and help families that are waiting for their life-saving transplant.
It's so important for people young and old to know about organ donation and what the process of registering to become an organ donor looks like. Did you know that one person can save 8 lives and enhance 75 others through organ, eye, and tissue donation? Anyone, regardless of age or medical history, can sign up at jjslegacy.org. There are so many things that people may be unaware of or have false understandings with in regards to organ donation. That is why JJ's Legacy started programs in the high schools to educate new drivers to check yes at the DMV. The intention is to educate students and their families. Check this out.
So we learned about the JJ's Legacy Got the Dot program through our community service club at West High School.
Yeah, so Laura and her team were able to share their individual experiences with organ donation, and just being able to have that newfound knowledge, we were able to discuss those things with our families and friends and be able to educate others about the process.
In our meetings, not only did we learn about the science behind organ donation, we also were able to walk through the emotional journey that organ donation recipients go through themselves.
Being able to hear their story really touched me, because if that was my sister, then I would want to be able to help her. We learned that most residents actually are in favor of organ donations but are not signed up to be an organ donor. So our main goal is to help fill that gap by helping educate our community. The best way we found to do this is through communication. This was through a video we made in high school, and now in college we are doing a social media campaign. Because of this program, we are now registered as organ donors, and we wear the dot proudly.
We hope that you join us today by checking yes at the DMV or signing up today at jjslegacy.org.
Did you know that anyone can become a potential organ donor regardless of age, ethnicity, or medical history? I didn't know that either. Now we all do. Now we have reached one of my favorite parts of JJ's Legacy's journey, the legacy of human kindness. Author Kevin Heath said, "Wherever there is a human in need, there is an opportunity for kindness and to make a difference." Every year, a sponsored donor is represented on the Donate Life float showcased in the annual Rose Parade in Pasadena, California.
The Community of Life sculpture is behind me. It is a honeycomb with bees on it that represents our donation healthcare heroes, our Florograph honorees, which are donors who gave the gift of life, and also a dedication garden with beautiful roses that were dedicated individually. We have this here at the Tournament House to continue sharing our message of Donate Life.
And I think it was brilliant of Donate Life to do this year, to not stop the tradition, to not stop the message. Just because we have a pandemic does not mean that people do not need organs. So by doing this, by getting all the media attention that they're getting, the message continues.
It's really a demonstration of humanity and kindness, and so I hope that they walk away feeling uplifted by the message.
It means the world to our family that we can have something that is a ray of light in, a very tragic time in our lives the last few years.
Having our daughter's Florograph there is very touching. It's an honor.
you can't minimize that honor, even with the COVID-19 that's going on. We need it at this time. To know that they can still do this is amazing.
Oh my gosh, we're just beside ourselves. I get chills just looking at it. I can see my son here with us, and we feel so blessed. I want everybody to be like Joe, be an organ donor, help all mankind.
To be able to look at her floral graph, all I see is love and the beautiful memories that we shared together, and I hope she's proud of me for everything that I've been able to do in her honor.
Oh, she's gonna be super happy.
Yeah.
Just loving it. I'm pretty sure in heaven right now she's rejoicing. Like, look at me, my picture is there.
Yeah, that's how she is.
It's really an honor.
I really hope that people can see, you know, just the gift that organ donation is. My 2-year-old is out there living on in others' lives. There's not many 2-year-olds we can say that gave that legacy of giving life.
The importance of what that float every year represents, and this year what that floral installation represents, is hope for the future, is the advancement of medical science, and the ability for people to have second chances.
This is America's New Year celebration. It's a great opportunity to continue sharing our message with so many around the world. And it's an opportunity to keep that message of life and hope going. So we will be part of the Rose Parade for years to come. This is our 18th year, and we would not miss this opportunity for the world.
It was really emotional to see her depicted in this way. That day of, there were, as you know, a lot of my close family and friends, Chantel's family, my family, some of Hannah's family. You go through your life and you know what human kindness is, but you never really know the definition of it until something like this happens to your family and it takes on a completely different meaning.
With us today we have Hannah and we have Mike representing the Murray family. We've got Lori representing JJ's Legacy, and what JJ's Legacy is about is making sure, that people choose to donate organs, that we have this opportunity of giving forward when a patient does pass, and C, making sure that that legacy, that history of that donor is going to be remembered going forward. So today we have a florograph honoring Chantel that we would like to pass to the Murray family. And so, on behalf of Dignity Health Mercy Memorial Hospitals and JJ's Legacy, once again, we want to thank Chantel. We want to honor her and the Murray family for what you guys have done. And remember, paying it forward is the ultimate that a family can do in looking to the future. So thank you much for that.
Thank you very much. I was brought into a room and told that she was an organ donor. She was so young that we never talked about that. She had just turned 39 2 weeks before she passed away. So we had never discussed that. Come to find out a few weeks later that she was able to donate her heart, her lungs, her liver, her kidneys, her skin tissue. Pretty much everything that she had was donated. The only thing that happened is that she had a brain aneurysm and her body was completely healthy. So it's absolutely beautiful that she did that. I had no idea that she was an organ donor, and for 25 years of my life after I got my license, I never was. So that's a huge topic of conversation between my family and my friends and anyone that I run into.
Wow, wow, what a beautiful tribute to all of these incredible life givers. It sure is powerful hearing stories and seeing these loved ones honored in such a beautiful way. Friends, we want to welcome giving at the $100 level. If you can make a gift of $100, I ask you to click that donation button and select at $100 to make your gift. Give in honor of a loved one or in honor of JJ's Legacy, who is proven to be carried in the hearts of so many. Click now if you can make a gift of $100 tonight. Simply go to jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid to make your gift. We have lots of gifts coming in. This is incredible. I want to say thank you to Mary Ratty, giving a gift of $500. Thank you, Mary. Scott Berry says, I want to make a gift of $250. Thank you, Scott. Miss Mary Kay Allen says, I want to help. I'm going to give a gift of $1,000. Thank you so much, Miss Mary Kay Allen. Friends, let me tell you what $100 can do. It can provide for our organizational needs to continue our outreach. It can also add up to allow for more and more impact for Kern County residents. So let's give a big thank you to all of our donors at the $100 level. Thank you so much to Jermaine Etchenkay, thank you. Nadine and Robert Lemmy. Catherine and Lawrence Caesar, thank you very much. James and Linda Point say yes. Board member Brian Molhofer, thank you for your gift. Sarah Trishell, thank you for your gift. We have David Whistler, Diane Esparza, Margaret Hogley, thank you. Brian Taves, thank you so much. Laura Hoffman says yes. Ryan Nags says yes. Monica Sewell, thank you. Karen Christensen, we have Take the Money and Run. Thank you very much for your gift. Marissa Gutierrez, thank you for your gift. This is incredible. Thank you all for your continued support. Also a thank you to Sarah Appleton for your gift. We appreciate your generosity. Friends, if you have not yet made a gift, or if you'd like to give again, now is the time to help us hit our goal. And there's always an opportunity to enter a custom amount. Perhaps you're celebrating the gift of a loved one and you want to make a gift in their honor. Please consider a gift in an amount that is meaningful to you. So now is the time to make these custom donations in support of JJ's Legacy. We want to invite gifts at every level. So we want to say thank you to Connie Sack, Ray and Odina DeClaro, thank you very much. Kathy and Patrick Hood, thank you very much. And Rosalie Pogue, all making gifts tonight, custom gifts. Thank you so very much for your generosity and support. This is incredible. We thank each and every one of you. Oh, I see more gifts coming in. David Teasdale says yes at $200. Robert Borda says yes for $250. Thank you so much for your generosity. This is incredible, friends. As Larry mentioned earlier, for those of you who want to learn more about how you can partner with JJ's Legacy, visit jjslegacy.org after the show and click on the contact to send them an email and get involved in their incredible programs. Now, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
I'm Russell Judd, the CEO at Kern Medical. Kern Medical is the community's local trauma center and provides high-end specialty care. We actively support JJ's Legacy and ask all of you to get the dot.
Valley Republic Bank would like to personally thank JJ's Legacy for educating our community on the importance of organ, eye, and tissue donation and consistently providing compassionate support to donor and recipient families.
Hi, I'm attorney Tim Osborne. I've been privileged to be a member of the Board of Trustees for JJ's Legacy since its beginning, and I want to thank everyone that supported the organization over the years. Organ and tissue donation is so important. I hope everyone watching will help us continue to raise awareness and spread the message. We're all better off and everyone benefits with each new pink dot. If you're not already a registered donor, go to jjslegacy.org and click the Become a Donor Now button. It's quick, it's easy, and it can save lives.
I'm Shane Shepard, General Manager of Bill Wright Toyota, and we've been a proud sponsor of JJ's Legacy for the past 11 years. Please join me tonight and register to be an organ, eye, and tissue donor at jjslegacy.org. Thank you.
When a loved one dies, an organ donation is an option. There's often a whirlwind that happens. Lots of people and paperwork, on top of the emotion and the reality of the situation at hand. Lori and her team saw a need to provide a space at the hospitals for families after they lost their loved one. Privacy, stillness, silence. Simple comforts that make all the difference while still being at the hospital. Even though Lori and her team were faced with great adversity, they were able to acquire the space to create comfort rooms for the families facing the process of organ donation with their loved one.
We are here at Kern Medical in the JJ's Legacy Comfort Room. It's just an amazing space for the family. They have time to process, they have time to grieve, they have time to know what is going to actually take place with their loved ones. Because whenever you're an organ donor, it is a trauma, and it happens so quickly. also, maybe they haven't said yes to donation yet, or maybe they weren't a registered donor. So the One Legacy team will take the family into JJ's Legacy Comfort Room and talk to them and give them that really quiet space where they need to be. Because it's really important to be able to make the right decision. And their loved one is in the ICU unit, so they can go in and visit them if they need to. What's great about this is that we have sleeper beds. We were able to paint the room. We were able to decorate it with flowers and a coffee pot, and we have a little refrigerator for water and snacks whenever the family needs something. And it's just really an amazing place. We have transformed this from a room next door to the ICU unit to a little JJ's Legacy Comfort Room right next door. And I just want to thank the community, especially the community, because my vision was to have this quiet space for the families and those that are waiting for organ donation. And with the community support, we were able to build the comfort rooms. And we have several in Kern County hospitals and more to come.
As we continue on with our journey, let's get ready to take flight with JJ's Legacy as we see how they plan to continue to soar into the future. Join us as we travel across the country.
My name is Mike Fertitta. I had something happen that was just too much of a coincidence. On May 15th, 2020, I was playing golf on my local course in Massachusetts, and I found a JJ's Legacy golf ball. I had no idea how it got there all the way from California. 9 years ago, my granddaughter had a heart transplant when she was just 3 weeks old. She's now almost 10 and is doing great. What I noticed was the Donate Life logo. I noticed the logo on the ball was the same as the one on my driver cover. When I got home, I looked up JJ's Legacy on the internet and was truly inspired. I suppose that ball hidden in the rough could have been found by anyone, but it was not a coincidence. It was destiny that it was me. Please keep up the great work you're doing for people like my granddaughter. It's truly a miracle how so many people have benefited from JJ's Legacy.
Well, how about that story? What are the chances a man clear across the country would find a JJ's Legacy golf ball with the Donate Life logo, and that his granddaughter was a heart recipient? I mean, wow. The message of JJ's Legacy is being delivered to other states, and the world awaits.
The world does await indeed, and Larry, we want to share some of what you can enjoy in this world while making a gift to JJ's Legacy. Now, as you continue to make your gifts tonight and help us to reach that $100,000 goal, we want to take some time to highlight some exciting auction items in our online auction. Once you finish donating in the appeal, use your back button to move to the auction packages. If you need a quick bidding tutorial, you can click on the gavel where it says Learn to Bid, and you'll see step-by-step instructions on how to place your bids. For now, I'd like to highlight a few of our fabulous packages available for your bidding tonight. Package number 523. This is the personal cook from Lisa Borda of Bord Appetit. Lisa Borda will come and give a cooking demonstration in your home for 8 guests. You'll also receive signature cocktail, wine, and 8 of JJ's Legacy's signature wine glasses. Also, it comes with 2 bottles of 2014 Tejon Ranch Cabernet Sauvignon. That sounds delightful. Package number 524 is the Low Country Boil at Nirvana Estate. This may be the most fun party you will ever throw. You can host the party in the comfort of your own backyard or at the magnificent Nirvana Estate's outdoor kitchen. It's an authentic low country boil with large Gulf shrimp flown in the day of the festivities. Oh yes, hands down, this is the best shrimp boil you and your guests will ever experience, and also wine is included. Package number 534 is called Take Me Out to the Ball Game with World Champion Dodgers. This is a Dodgers fan dream. Hello, go Dodgers. You'll get 4 tickets to a 2021 Dodgers home game, 3 rows down from Dodgers dugout. Exclusive access to the member-only station club with multiple bars and complimentary food and non-alcoholic beverages. A dedicated server will be there to handle your in-seat food service and beverage needs. And of course, we'll make sure you have parking adjacent to the field level entrances. All right, and last but not least, in our highlights, package number 543 is the Hearst Ranch Winery Getaway. 2-night stay and wine tasting at the beautiful La Hacienda Adobe for 8 people. Oh yes, you're going to enjoy a private vineyard tour available by reservation and many spa packages with tons of different services available. Friends, don't miss the bidding on these incredible packages. And while you're at it, make sure you pop over to the donation page and make a gift in support of JJ's legacy. We have an incredible goal tonight, and we want you to help us reach it this evening of $100,000. And now, I'm going to turn it over to a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Barry Zoller with Tejon Ranch, a longtime supporter of JJ's legacy. Legacy means making the future better for others. And in calling our attention to the importance of organ and tissue donation, that's exactly what JJ's legacy does.
Hi, I'm Kevin Burton with Klein Dinatelli Goldner. We've been supporting JJ's legacy for a number of years. We believe in their cause and their programs. Please become an organ donor.
Hi, I'm Patrick Beck. For the past decade, Bakersfield Hyundai has been a proud supporter of JJ's legacy. We believe in the cause of saving lives and these programs that provide education to our community to increase donor registrations. Please join me and many members of the Bakersfield Hyundai team. Become a registered organ, eye, and tissue donor and put a pink dot on your driver's license like this. Thank you for all your continued support and your belief in the JJ's legacy mission.
Well, Kelly, everyone needs food, and especially food that is fresh. Did you know that JJ's Legacy partners with a local food ministry to provide fresh food to patients on dialysis every month? Let's see what this is about.
We're here today at the Adventist Health Kitchen here at KGET 17. I'm Lori Malcolm, the founder of JJ's Legacy, and I'm here today with Lisa Borda from Borda Petite and Brett Sill from Morningstar Fresh Food Ministry.
What are we cooking today, Lisa?
Well, we're going to be cooking a Southwest stuffed sweet potato with a nice local ground beef. I am also going to teach you how to make a pico de gallo to top your Southwest sweet potato with.
So over the past year, JJ's and Morningstar partnered up together to give JJ's recipients the opportunity to have fresh, healthy, nutritious food because, you know, either they've received an organ or they are donated an organ. It's really hard for them to get out and about town. And so this gives them the opportunity to have a fresh food box delivered to their house where they can prepare healthy meals at home. So in the box every month we get fresh meats from local butchers, we get fresh fruits and vegetables from local growers right here in Kern County, and we get potatoes and carrots and grapes and garlic and onions and peaches and watermelons when they're in season. So whatever's fresh and in season in this county, we have farm partnerships that partner with us to help us provide a really amazing box with fresh, healthy produce.
you could make a sweet potato look that fancy. I can almost smell it, and I don't even like sweet potatoes. You know, life can be challenging and throw some curveballs at times, and adjusting to those things as they arise and unfold is a big part of accepting that challenge. JJ's Legacy became aware of a need to help with transportation costs for those who are waiting for a transplant.
In Kern County alone, there are more than 1,000 patients on dialysis. These are our family members, friends, and neighbors. And for them, dialysis isn't optional, it's a life-sustaining treatment. At DaVita, while we provide dialysis, we have long believed that the best treatment option for our patients is kidney transplant. But the process to get a transplant can take time, which can be hard on patients. And in the Central Valley, an added barrier is distance. Our closest transplant center is nearly 2 hours away. That means a full day, including travel, for every visit, and most patients need to make several trips. That's why I'm grateful for the work of JJ's Legacy, which has supported my patients with prepaid gas cards to help them get to and from transplant centers. Together, JJ's Legacy and our team at DaVita were able to identify a solution to this barrier that can benefit patients across the county. Every person supported by JJ's Legacy is one step closer to their life-changing goal of getting a transplant.
What better way to help them overcome that mountain than to provide gas cards? Did you know that nearly 81 organ transplants take place every day in the United States? That's more than 29,000 people who begin new lives every year. That is a lot of trips to the hospital and trips to the gas station. Unlike other stories, this one doesn't have an ending. JJ's Legacy has many more pages left to turn in this book. I hope you learned a little something about JJ's Legacy this evening. Where they've come from and where they're going sure brings a smile to my face and joy to my heart. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet, because we plan to continue to make new memories every single day. There's so much left to discover on this journey called life. The night isn't over yet. Take it away, Kelly.
You bet, Larry. I want to say thank you to all of our wonderful donors tonight. What a journey it has been, and I cannot wait to see where it takes us. Our online auction is open until March 16th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Many items have already been purchased, so make sure to bid on the items that you like before they are gone. Just head over to jjslegacy2021.ggo.bid and place your bids. And while you're there, don't forget to donate. Now, before we go, let's check back in on our fundraising one final time. I want to say thank you so much to Marianne Mendiola at $100, Brian and Missy Malkin making a gift of $100, Dr. Stephanie Ann Payne at $50, thank you, Michael Pult at $500, thank you so much. Michelle Garner gives $100. We have another anonymous $115, thank you. Margie Davis at $250. And then we have Connie Taft at $1,000 and Pat Scarone at $5,000. Thank you all so much, and keep making those gifts take us up and over the top of this $100,000 gifts. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This has been an incredible night. Oh, wow. Again, if you can make a gift tonight, we're already at $56,000, which is incredible. We'd love to see that climb ever higher, so please make a generous gift if you can. Again, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I want to also thank our production partners who made tonight possible, scattered about in their own homes, making this event happen virtually. This live broadcast was recorded, and it'll be available to rewatch and share. So you will receive a follow-up email tomorrow with the link to share with your friends and family so more people can learn about JJ's Legacy and this impactful work. This has been an incredible night. There are gifts still coming in. Thank you to Megan LaValle for your gift of $250. We appreciate you. Friends, What an incredible evening and an incredible journey we have joined together on this evening. Again, if you can make an impact, if you are not a donor yet, make sure you go and join and get yourself that dot. We need you to have that dot, that pink dot on your driver's license. Friends, on behalf of JJ's Legacy, Larry and myself, Kelly Russell, thank you all again for attending our virtual event. Again, if you haven't got the dot, go get it. Sign up right away at jjslegacy.org. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so very much for your generosity and support tonight, your continued generosity. We have another $250 gift from Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Kay Newman. Thank you so very, very much. On behalf of everyone at JJ's Legacy, Larry and myself, please stay healthy and stay safe. Good night.